because he hasn't had one like that before, and then I tell him how to use it, and then I give it to him.
Now,
Yeah,
mind you,
Callum's
this
really
isn't like
happy
yours.
with
Because you
This
don't
isn't
want
like
to
yours.
you don't want to accidentally put it in backwards and use the blade. Yeah, do it properly.
Again, though, this isn't like yours where it has like the sword that
No,
can come
it's
out.
not an Omni sword.
Yeah,
It's a standard Omni
Yeah,
blade.
of course. But it's funny too because you're looking at it, and Cattle, you're looking at this thing, and you're trying to find any markers or any traces on it as you're kind of like fiddling with this device. It's 100% clean. You can't even discern, like with the type of alloys that are used, everything. You can't even discern what race would have handled the manufacturing of this. It is clean. 100, like we're talking. There is zero traceable anything on this. Even the language that's used to write it, there is no like hints in the code itself that you can discover that tell you like, oh, this is technically they try to make it look human, but they were clearly quarry. No, like zero hints whatsoever. It is a perfect
It's like a
clean build.
knockoff.
Yeah, I would be very thorough in trying to make sure nobody can look in to see what I'm doing with it.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a lot happening with it at some point.
No, it is a perfectly clean device. This is something that you're like,
I mean,
Oh.
it was designed for me, so they're not going to be spying on you or anything. If they knew it was for you, then perhaps.
It is intriguing how you managed to procure it without any payment. And I
said
just
there
look
wasn't
at her, just
My sisters can be relied on, especially in times of need, and we will be needing this.
I see. All right.
No too
Cattle
suspicious,
just-
Cattle Olan.
Being suspicious is what kept us alive so far.
Not everyone's out to get you. Everyone in this room is. But...
yeah.
I'm sure there's one fucker on the Citadel who's like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. We played Bazak once.
And yeah, and basically after that, I'm like, look, I'm taking a week here. I'm
Yeah,
taking
it's
a week
fine.
on the
I wanna.
Citadel.
I would like to continue looking into how to best blow that fucker up. So
Cool. All right. And so, Ollie, you're going to be able to go and just like legit relax out your character, allow her to kind of like work through all of her own, and be good.
Yeah, you know, some people have a spa day. I'm in a spa week.
Okay.
I'm not even taking anyone with me. There'll be like open invitations for the girls to join me, but I don't imagine they will. Because like, what's a Quarian going to do at a spa?
I mean, Tremi's spending most of her time at the bar.
I know. That's why I said there's an open invitation, but they're not gonna.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we're on vacation. I'm going to take apart all the engines. I'm going to clean everything. It's going to be so nice.
There you go.
Winnie doesn't know vacation. What is this rest you speak of?
She's like
Things
me
to be
right
done, and
now, where it's
gonna
like,
be fiddly.
you got spare time? Oh, that's time to work on something else.
Awesome.
Something critical.
There's still something we need to go over, Rick. But I'm going to make you wait. Frank, you've been patient for some time. Anything that you wanted to do here on the Citadel?
I mean, I doubt Ontario's going to relay the information that someone else has leaked the information to a colonel who loves the Genophage and hates the Krogan. Unless she does.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. No, in that case, you know, if no one's doing anything, I guess he's gonna try and find a job as a bouncer or something for the time being. Just extra money, yo.
You're not going to try to set up your own armory or anything like that here again?
No, because we don't
At
have
some point,
space on the
Crack
ship.
just runs into the ship carrying tons of guns, like, we gotta go now!
We used the old.
Dead bodies
We
outside.
never
Just have
used the old
there.
armory, so it's probably not worth the.
You mean his bedroom?
So Krax occupies his time with things that he finds to be entertaining. Okay. Winnie, was there anything that you wanted to specifically do? Obviously, cleaning out, routine work, da-da-da-da-da. Anything specific that you wanted to handle on the ship other than what we discussed while we were on break?
No, unless anybody has any ideas of things they want me to work on.
No? Cool.
Or
Awesome.
modifications.
Awesome. So you, of course, just focusing on the weapons. All right, so which you do effectively almost every day. Rick, you go to your drop point where there's some stuff waiting for you. Okay? So you go to your drop point and you go there and of course you have your code to like where it is and you open it up. And funny enough, it is a veritable armory inside there. It's actually a ton of STG weapons that are sitting inside here waiting for you. It's literally like when you open up the door, it's one of those kind of lockers where the two doors open up like this. And when you open it up, it's like weapons rack, and a whole bunch of stuff like sitting inside there. And the location with where you are to get this, it was like, you thought it was like a little peculiar that you were over in like a shooting range kind of area. Like, oh, where people would be able to, test out their weapons, get cleanings done, da-da-da. But when you open it up, you can tell why. It's because nobody's thinking twice about the fact that there's a whole bunch of weapons in here. But they might be like, holy shit, that is a lot of weapons inside there. As like because the average person wouldn't have that much sitting in a locker, and it is perfectly set up. And you're talking STG grade grenades, STG grade explosives. You're talking like rifles and pistols, SMGs, all sorts of stuff. So just sitting right there waiting for you.
That's real good. I'm happy with that. I'm beginning to look more and more like an SCG operative with every session.
Yeah. So you go and you kind of like grab that stuff, you like throw it inside duffel bags or whatever. Or do you want to like bring it back to the ship, or do you choose to leave it here, or what's kind of like the plan with that?
That's too good a box to leave. You know when you get like chocolates, they come in a nice box. You're not gonna save that box. That's one of these
He didn't leave me a note saying pick one. I'm dragging it all to my room. I might need it one day.
If there's like an SCG armory that we could empty out, I'd be totally okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't tell you that's only
for some reason.
That's
he
all
would
yours.
Share that with you.
Just to be clear, it seems like the intent is for that all to be yours. So if there's like a handful of pistols, those are all yours. Okay, cool. So the nifty thing about these is that each one of them has like little bits of device on them. So like one of the pistols is it has like a ultraviolet and infrared pointer on it. So it's like depending on what kind of light you're using at the time, you can actually, it increases your accuracy with it. There's another one that has like an extended barrel on it. It's like all these wonderful little tweaks to the different weapons, which for you would generally be happy with. What do I need for this task? I'm just going to take this with me. Blah blah blah. If you trust her with a task, Winnie might be able to just take apart everything and put it together with like a whole bunch of them on just one weapon instead of like little bits on a bunch of different weapons. So
why choose when you can make it better?
Yeah, I mean, just because she's literally like she took a what are they called, a talent or whatever they're for
foci.
Foci, thank you, a foci to make her good at that stuff. She literally could just like, why have it on all of them? Just have it all on one, So, like a Weasley house. So, you take all of it back to your place. Do you inform anybody about all the new weapons, or you just, like, strap the ones to yourself that make you happy?
For now, I would keep them in my room and not mention it. If anyone's like, oh, where did you get that from? I'm like, I made some purchases on the Citadel.
Do you have 3 hard points on your suit?
I think I do.
Because you have an upgraded suit.
Yeah. I've got, like, the best light armor you can get or something.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, because you have 3 hard points on your suit, you could theoretically carry, like, an assault rifle, a pistol, and then, like, an SMG or a, like, shotgun sort of setup. Obviously, like, a sniper rifle that's heavy and takes up 2 of your hard points just to carry. You know what I mean? Those are not light. But yep, so a whole bunch of good stuff there. Funny enough, though, those still aren't as good as Erin's sniper rifle.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
sniper rifle's just fucking lethal.
Yep, she has an awesome sniper rifle. So, and then especially when she attached that little device to it. All right, cool. Yeah. We took care of all that fun stuff. Let's move on. So we can flash forward a week. You've kept that to yourself. All you've super mellowed out and relaxed. Tremi actually is very excited to be back on the ship because she had a horrible week and lost effectively all of the money she's made across this whole time. So she's very happy to be flying again. Huh?
I wasn't even there this time. She can't blame me.
I think she's blaming the fact that you weren't there, because if you were...
Oh, yeah, sure.
You know, because she did well
You
at
would
the
have
tail end.
counted out the bad luck with your bad luck and made good luck.
No. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where you should have been there. Is she flirting with you? Nah. And Cracks, you know, he's been entertained, made a little extra side money. Nothing really worth noting. And so on and so forth. So, the big role I needed you guys to make was the plans on this, for this. Roll for me, what were we rolling beforehand? Was it intelligence survival?
I don't know what it was. I think you were thinking about command. I think survival might have been it. I don't know.
Yeah. For you, it was command,
long.
and for other people, I think it was intelligence survival, and for you, I think it was intelligence command. I think that's kind of how it worked out. So everybody but Ollie, because he was kind of elsewhere. You're welcome to make one of these rolls, intelligence survival or intelligence command, to decide the best way to attack this situation. I think I'm waiting on just Frank, yeah.
You know, I didn't want to roll for that exact reason, but
That's funny.
So bad. Also, you needed to make a survival check, not a command one,
oh,
because I'm the one in command. So it's fine. You'll get a
I
3.
thought it was intentional.
You can do the re-roll, Frank.
oh, I just heard survive, but I think it's the exact same roll. So
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, it's the same modifier. Okay, that's fine. So what I imagine happens is that you guys are all kind of like sitting around there trying to have a conversation about it. And the original mindset was, you know, 6 spikes. 6 spikes is probably enough, right? So that's what you purchased. And so Winnie and Cracks kind of get into a bit of a squabble about where those 6 spikes are best situated. And honestly, their minds are very simple. It's literally like a matter of if one of them had it set up in one way and the other one turned it like 15 degrees. They're kind of squabbling back and forth about that because that's kind of like you guys were all like working together to make this happen. But then there's like an argument of, oh, no, this terrain over here versus this over here. No, you don't understand what it's like or how it is. We're going to have to lodge it from the ship. And so you guys get an argument back and forth. Not like you're fighting, but you know what I mean? Like a debate of which way is the best option. Cattle eventually removes himself from the conversation entirely and just does his own calculations and whatnot to decide. And he does come to the conclusion he is happy with the idea of working with 6. Making a hex setup around the base area would be the best setup because it allows for the crumbling along the outside as well as good crumbling on the inside. So it would drop all of the ice to the best, from what you can understand, the best structure to drop everything down like you're hoping to do so. The hard part is how are you going to get the spikes to where you want them to be? And we kind of discussed this beforehand. Usually you have it driven into a hole and that primes it so the explosion happens. You guys were originally, I think, talking about like dropping them from space so they land, or from very high up so they land where you want them to. Assuming you can do the math so it lands perfectly, there's still no triggering there. There's still no like smashing down which activates it. So after you guys come to this conclusion, or Cattle comes to the conclusion, kind of dictates to them, no, this is the best option, da-da-da-da. And you guys kind of like come to that. What's the plan for actual dislodging and arming? Don't answer that question yet, because Entree is going to be a part of the conversation after her week of relaxation, an hour, few minutes of break. So we will see you all in just a few. Get your coffee, take your pee, do what you got to do. Bye.